one of the hardest braking points of the season, actually, up and downhill, so you have to really modulate the brake. Final corner.
And then it's just flat out. That's so sick.
Brake downhill by this point in time.
What is going on, guys? It is JJ here, back with a new video, and today we are going to take a look at the Baku Grand Prix. Do we want to say 2019 version? If there was a track update, please let me know in the comments below. Today we're going to take a look at the circuit guide for the Baku Grand Prix. Now we've taken a look at the Nico Rosberg sort of how to master Baku track guide. So definitely go take a look at that video. It was one of the more interesting ones just because the man is an absolute genius. I think he does so much he could offer F1 if he actually decided he wanted to drive, but nonetheless, you know, the guy knows what he's talking about when he's talking about Baku. We took a look at the crash compilations of turn 8 for Baku, which is like that little blind winding turn. Absolutely love it. And today we're going to take a look not only at the sort of emotional talk about why Baku is the perfect street circuit for F1, but also we're going to take a look at some Top Gear funny moments. So figured we toss in a mix of them. Maybe we'll take a look at a Le Mans video instead, because someone told me the 24 Hours of Le Mans also start this weekend. And I kind of want to watch that. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts on the Baku Grand Prix. What makes it the best street circuit? Let me know what you think. What are your opinions on that? Let's get into the video. As well, guys, you can find the original video from Alex Albon on the F1 channel down in the description below. Let's get into it.
Hi, I'm Alexander Albon. I'm here to show you a lap down.
I absolutely love that it is only 51 laps because they are longer laps. Like the lap record is 143, so nearly 2 minutes, I guess 1 minute 45 seconds per lap. Like that's still a pretty long race. Like we'll get 100 minutes of racing, of good racing. 2 DRS zones too, and they're just flat straights. It's so sick. I love that. I absolutely love that. I didn't realize it literally made like a handle.
So here we go on board in
this all flat out is so sick.
I think it's the most hectic turn 1 in the whole calendar. You can see by the safety car restarts for yourself. Yeah, big chaos.
Just a giant square.
Braking around 75 meters, getting right to the wall. It's quite a cool effect there, because when you get so close to the wall you can hear the echo of the engine. And yeah, it's quite cool.
I did not know that. That's also cool.
Braking around 80 meters.
Another tight left-hander.
He was just trying to get as close to the wall on the left side as possible.
Dude, think about those 3 turns to start a Grand Prix with all cars on the grid. Like that's, if you're on the inside, you are so stuck. But then if you're on the outside and you end up turning into anyone, you're so screwed as well. Like you have to get that perfectly. You have to have a stagger. You have to be at least have the pace. Like it's insane.
But you never do. And then turn 4 here, it's a little bit safer. You've got the curbs, but again, bringing it to the wall. This double kind of corner, it's really cool. I think it's quite specific. We never really drive that kind of corner. It feels more like a roundabout than anything. And then you come into this corner where it's just really tight. Brake as late as possible. Really
and then turn 8.
So yeah, here we go into the hardest part of the circuit, going through the walls. It's always the kind of lap where, in qualifying anyway, you really put it on the line for that one time. Here we go through high speed left, it's easily flat with our cars. And then you come into one of the hardest braking points of the season, actually, up and downhill, so you have to really modulate the brake. Final corner.
And then it's just flat out. That's so sick.
Brake downhill. By this point the tires are
so turn 15 and turn 16, after that, pedal to the goddamn metal. We are going. It is all flat out like that.
Everywhere. And then yeah, final chicane, quite easy flat, but when you're following it's really, really sketchy. Trying not to hit the walls. And you have this massive straight to the finish line. Yeah, when you're doing a qualifying lap like this, you just kind of hug the wall and reduce the distance. But yeah, that's it.
I feel like he's bouncing so much on that too. Like I feel like they're not like porpoising by any means, but I feel like he did have like just a little bit of a just kind of going along there. But okay, we're gonna go back. We're gonna go through it this time, and I'm not gonna pause it. I'm gonna actually let him just go through the lap and sort of talk. Guys, I actually love. So he didn't go over like what the elevations are. I think this is where he said like the elevation was, because it's going uphill to downhill, and they sort of go up along these turns. like those turn 1, turn 2, turn 3. Like that's such a brutal start to a race because every single one of them are god awful turns in terms of like actual turning circle. Like none of them make logistical sense whatsoever. But also, it's so, maybe that's why the race, it just kicks off with a bang. Like it literally just kicks off with a bang and you're just set and you're ready to go. And then you get the fun. You get that little corner roundabout and then you get this turn right here, turn 8, which is, well, big mouse, turn 8, right there. I'm so happy we watched the turn 8 crash compilations. That's the Charles Leclerc, I'm stupid, is that turn. It's just makes, I mean, they literally do just like a bunch of giant circles. Like you're, bam, like it looks what, like a little boxcar, and then bam, like a little boulder. I don't know, boxcar boulder. These analogies are absolutely awful, and I'm just chatting shit. But also, I love this course. Like, I'm gonna be so mad if someone crashes in turn 8 and red flags the race because I want to see how well the Ferraris and Red Bulls do in those slow corners. I want to see, especially with how sort of big the tires are on these new cars, I want to see how people are able to survive those corners.
Hi, I'm Alexander Albon. I'm here to show you a lap around Baku.
Just this absolute flat out bullet train as well. The tight corners, the speedy straights. I love it.
You can see by the safety car restarts for yourself. Yeah, big chaos. Turn 2, braking around 75 meters.
Also, I love the onboards.
It's quite a cool effect there because when you get so close to the wall, you can hear the echo of the engine. And yeah, it's quite cool. Coming into turn 3, braking around 80 meters. The lap time here is just trying to get as close to the wall on the left side as possible. You always think you can hit the wall, but you never do.
Ooh, good turn.
Here, it's a little bit safer. You've got the curbs, but again, bringing it to the wall. This double kind of corner, it's really cool. I think it's quite specific. We never really drive that.
I love the way that corner looked too. I love the way that looked.
And then you come into this corner where it's just really tight. Brake as late as possible. Really stop the car and rotate and go.
And then turn 8. Oh, gorgeous.
Of the circuit, going through the walls. It's always the kind of lap where, in qualifying anyway, you really.
So essentially, if you survive turns 8 through 12, you're set in this race. Like that's essentially it. Like if you can get through those first 3, like from the start to finally single file, like line everybody out. But then once you get through turns 8 through 12, you're free to go. Like you're going to take those corners tight, you're going to make sure that you actually get to the braking zones just so you can get to those flat straights at the start of the race.
And for that one time, here we go through high speed left, it's easily flat with our cars. And then you come into one of the hardest braking points of the season actually, up and downhill, so you have to really modulate the brake. Final corner, for us anyway, brake downhill, by this point the tyres are gone so you're sliding around everywhere. And then yeah, final chicane, quite easy flat.
And now pedal to the metal.
Not to hit the walls, and you have this massive straight to the finish line. Yeah, when you're doing a qualifying lap like this, you just kind of hug the wall and reduce the distance. But yeah, that's it.
I can't wait for the Baku Grand Prix. I cannot wait. Listen. Let me know what you guys' predictions are for Baku. Let me know what your predictions are for Baku down in the comments below. Let me know why you guys think it's the best street circuit. We're going to take a look at the video of why people think it's the best street circuit as well later today. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.